Welcome to this discussion between myself and Dominic, both from the University of Manchester Institute of Science and Technology, the first ever research done on behavioural safety outside of America. Two projects, the first pretty much headed up by Dom, looking at does behavioural safety work, and the second one pretty much headed up by myself, looking at the key elements of it. And the answers to the two bits of research were yes, it does work, but management commitment is absolutely key. And my experience is as soon as you start looking at behaviour, what you're finding is those behaviours are 90% triggered by the environment or maybe the supervisors. You know, the way the supervisors say, I want you to do this job safely, but by Friday, meaning by Friday. Or even something at a higher level, like a strategy meeting, where infamously the CEO will finish with something like, so make those cuts happen. Any problems with that? No? Good, get on with it then. And all these things really impact on behaviour. So looking at individual behaviour in isolation doesn't really make any sense. So the question isn't so much what is behavioural safety. To a great extent, the question is what isn't behavioural safety?
What isn't behavioural safety? Well, you could argue everything's behavioural safety because behaviour is the lowest common denominator in the world of work. At the end of the day, we all get paid for behaving. For me, behavioural safety is it's a process whereby you create a safety partnership between the management and the employees that continually focuses everyone's attentions and actions on their safety behaviour, and you basically create this safety partnership where you actually, whatever the behaviours are in any field of endeavour, where the risks are, you focus on those.
So for you it's a holistic approach?
Absolutely. I mean, it brings in leadership, it brings in employee engagement, brings in all sorts of things, but it's also buttressed by the use of tools. So you have very cleverly constructed observation checklists that focus on the 20% of behaviours causing 80% of your problems.
Don, one of the big controversies in behavioural safety is the whole personal process safety issue. You know, exemplified really by people saying things like, how am I supposed to stop my plant blowing up by getting people to hold the handrail? You often hear that. You know, and obviously we're not trying to stop the plant from blowing up by getting them to hold the handrail. We're trying to stop people falling down the stairs. So you'll see, for example, in the offshore industry, about as many people have been killed by personal issues have been killed by process issues. And of course, then there's the symbolism of challenging or not challenging and the tone that it sets. And of course, finally, the whole issue is that if the person who doesn't fall down the stairs is your senior process engineer, that's really helpful. So for me, you know, you have all those major risks, lack of containment and so on, and also gravity and all the factors related to gravity. It's just risk management. What do you think?
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you. Process safety is very much about keeping the product in the pipe, however that and whatever that's on about. Personal safety is about stopping people injuring themselves in some particular way. But when you look at the process safety, the root cause of most process safety disasters, you will find that most of it is to do with an interaction between something wrong in the safety management system and people's behaviour. So you're looking at operator error, you're looking at untrained operators, the competency, you're looking at management failures, you're looking at communication failures, and these are huge disasters that have occurred from these things. So at the end of the day, the root of a lot of these process safety disasters is behaviour. If you look at the potential serious injuries and fatalities, hypos as they're called in process safety issues, again we know that 60% of those are caused by either poor job planning or behavioural choices, and we've done research, we know that. So for me, I'm very much along the lines that you are. They're the same thing, different emphases, different buckets of metrics, but essentially same thing. SABIC UK in Wilton has addressed both for the last 18 years with BBS, absolutely both at one and the same time.